Hello everybody, this is Evan Abrams, and today on the vlog we're going to talk about the concept of harmony. Now, harmony or unity, or whatever art school name you want to give to this idea, is the thought that all elements of a piece, whether it be purely visual piece, whether it's an audio piece, whether it should be, some kind of a complete audiovisual experience like video, should be harmonized to bring all of the elements of that piece together in such a way that it conveys an overall idea and targets each of these points towards that idea. So to give you an example, let's say we're shooting a movie and it's sad, and we have a person who feels sad and diminutive. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to harmonize all the elements of this scene around this emotional concept. So we're going to shoot them from a higher angle so they appear smaller. We're going to take the colors, we're going to grade them down to be muted. We're going to make them darker, maybe a little bit cooler. And then we're going to make music choices. They're going to play up these elements as well. So that's what I mean when I say harmonizing. We are taking all the tools at our disposal and then we're targeting them all towards one point. But certainly throughout an entire feature-length film, there are going to be many of these points, and there are many things that need to be harmonized. So this is where skills at color grading and all that kind of thing help you to convey the emotions and the ideas of just this scene more effectively, and to be able to change gears depending on what the project requires. And of course there are a lot of overall tones and overall things that all pieces would have, but this is the idea of harmony, is that you're going to take all of the pieces and you're going to make conscious choices, and conscious choices is the important part, is that all of your choices should have meaning towards this one core meaning, or if there are multiple meanings, you're selecting things that go into that. The one thing I'm driving at here is that as a part of Lo-Fi July, we should be thinking of not only what looks cool, but why is that look important for what we're doing. So somebody brought up an Apple commercial that makes use of a lot of these lo-fi techniques. It's using shallow depth of field, it's going handheld, it's getting close to subjects, it's washing out the colors, and it's a commercial for the iPhone, which usually things that are associated with technology don't use this aesthetic, but they use it in this case because they're tying the iPhone in with music. So they're harmonizing all of their elements, not to focus on the idea of technology, but to focus on the ideas of authenticity and originality as they apply to music, to have those tropes then apply to the subject matter, which is the iPhone. They reduce the number of, say, product shots and they make human shots instead, because they want to associate the feelings with the brand and not with a physical piece of technology. This is an example of how you can use visual style to convey an emotional approach in a commercial setting. Now, certainly not everybody's working on commercials, but you should always apply the same kind of logic, whether you're trying to convey emotional information or just straight up information. There are always going to be all of these packaged components to whatever happens. You can't escape from the idea that the audience is going to take away 100% of these things from your piece. So there is going to be an emotional attachment in some capacity, and that attachment may be to have no attachment or to feel nothing. So in which case, if you want the audience to feel ambivalent, then that's also a choice to make. But always remember that the choices you make artistically, whether you make them or you don't make them, choosing to not choose is also a thing. So for example, with color grading, you can always choose to not color grade, right? That's a valid choice and you're welcome to do it. When you're harmonizing things, just remember that it's not always making a choice for it. Sometimes the choice to not do things and to remove things. And also, in keeping with Lo-Fi July, since this is one of the last vlogs, it's important to remember that part of this aesthetic is choosing to not do things. So you're choosing to not apply too many filters. You're choosing to not use a lot of selective lighting techniques. You're choosing to not do things. So remember that the choice to opt out of doing things is also good, but remember, don't do it just because you're being lazy. Just take a minute on all of your projects to think, are all of the elements and all of the tools that I have at my disposal being targeted towards the idea that I want to convey? What is that idea? Do these tools most effectively show this off? And is there a better way to do that? So anyway, I'm Evan Abrams. Hopefully this has helped you to harmonize your chakras or whatever. Subscribe to this channel if you want to focus your chi on making visual effects and motion graphics using After Effects and other programs. We make a new tutorial every week, and I try to put out a new vlog every week, but it doesn't always happen. But anyway, if this is the kind of thing you want to learn about, then subscribe to the channel because it's going to be awesome. I'm Evan Abrams. Thank you so much for watching. You can interact with me on the Twitter @ECAbrams, get involved on the Facebook page. Anyway, I'm Evan Abrams. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you around the internet.